It's time once again for a Serial at Midnight new release super show. We've got new DVDs for people that still collect those like me, Blu-rays and 4Ks from all over the world. We've got Arrow Video, we've got Radiance, we've got MVD, we've got anime for people that say, you never really talk about anime. We're going to talk about anime in this stack here. And a couple of new steelbooks from Sony. It's actually probably a pretty good place to kick it off. So I'm moving fast here. We got a lot of ground to cover, and I want this video to be lean, mean, and approachable for anybody that wants to see what new releases are coming out. I'm not going to do a lot of editorializing. This is not a review for these new releases. I'm showing you what's out so that you can decide what you want to pick up for the month of September and add to your collection. Sony has given us Krull and Silverado on 4K. Now, Silverado is out of its shrink wrap because I was just doing a video for this and I made a mistake and I had to start over. So there's a peek behind the curtain. This is take 2, okay? So I do want to talk about Silverado and the Lone Pine Film Festival because I will be a guest at this year's Lone Pine Film Festival, October 9th through the 12th. The opening night, we're all watching Rustler's Rhapsody with Patrick Wayne, who's in that movie, son of John Wayne. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to provide an audio commentary for Rustler's Rhapsody with my esteemed colleague, Max Allen Collins. And I am going to be talking about Rustler's Rhapsody on stage with Rob Word from A Word on Westerns and Patrick Wayne. And I'm really excited about that. That's opening night. Then at the end of the weekends on Sunday, we're all watching Silverado together. What a perfect end to a festival in Lone Pine, Silverado. So this has, it's a steelbook from Sony. This has the J card. Minimal special features. The 4K only has a trailer on it, and then on the Blu-ray, we've got a Return to Silverado with Kevin Costner. By the way, go watch Horizon and American Saga Part 1. The man put his heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears into that movie, and the audience, when it was released, was like, I want to see Horizon and American Saga Part 2 and 3 and 4, so go watch that. Along the Silverado Trail, a Western historian's commentary, and then the making of Silverado. Okay, that's what's included here. Let's get the J card off. By the way, the cast on this: Kevin Kline, Scott Glenn, Rosanna Arquette, John Cleese, Kevin Costner, Brian Dennehy, Danny Glover, Jeff Goldblum, Linda Hunt. I love this Western. This is one of my favorite Westerns of the 1980s. It's Lawrence Kasdan, right? We know him from the Star Wars movies and from the Indiana Jones movies, but he brings that same sensibility, that like retro throwback sense of fun with a lot of whimsy in it, almost like a comedy, but it's not a comedy, to Silverado. It is that approach to a Western, and it's so much fun. So here's the steelbook. This has a high gloss finish. Look at this. I don't need every movie. I'm not huge on steelbooks because they take up a lot of space and they're so dang delicate. But this is a beautiful steelbook. So there's a code in here. Let me take the code out. Here's the 4K. And then there's the Blu-ray under that. And let me give you an uninterrupted look at what's inside, the inside artwork of the steelbook. So it's pretty sharp. I like what they've done here. So that's Silverado from Sony. But, where am I going to put all this stuff? Let's move this over here. The big old tease for Huckleberry Hound right here, right? Here's Krull, which we're going to be checking out, unboxing it together. Special features on the Blu-ray disc, so that lets me know nothing on the 4K. Cast and crew commentary, behind-the-scenes commentary, Journey to Krull featurettes, and theatrical trailer. Variety, there's a quote here. Variety says, Excalibur meets Star Wars, lavishly mounted. That's actually a pretty good description. Peter Yates, great. This is a movie that I don't know if it's underappreciated. I think this movie's been pretty well appreciated in every format that we've ever had. But I know that there are people who are only watching 4Ks, which means they're missing a lot of movie history. But if you haven't caught up with Krull, this is your chance to do so. Now this is a This is a matte finish. Whereas Silverado was shiny, this is very matte. And I'll show you the whole kit and caboodle right here. Have a digital code. Ooh, this is sharp. So here's the 4K disc. I love that. What does the Blu-ray look like? Okay. Planets. And then under that, here's the, that's pretty clean and sharp. All right. Crawl on 4K. 4K Blu-ray combo steelbook. 4K Blu-ray digital combo steelbook. They have, listen, we all from Universal, we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, the day I saw this in the theater, which I think was opening day, hard to say because, you know, they'll preview a movie like at 7 p.m. the night before. I saw it, I know I saw it opening weekend. I think it was the first day, like that Friday. And I made a video about it. So there's not a whole lot left to say about Jurassic World Rebirth. I would reference you to my full dedicated review video of it. I liked it. It is basically the Anaconda formula with dinosaurs. There's a lot of things that don't work about it, but it is silly, goofy fun. And it's the most I've liked a Jurassic Park movie in a long time. So the Blu-ray, this is still in its shrink wrap. I will not be taking it out of its shrink wrap because there's not going to be anything surprising in here. But we do have over 1 hour of bonus features. That's not a lot. You know, give me a commentary. Deleted scenes, alternate opening, making of documentary, and more. From a studio release for a new movie, that's the best we're probably ever going to get. You know, you get a little EPK-friendly, EPK electronic press kit, press-friendly, bite-sized chunks of stuff that tell you, they're really promoting the movie. They're marketing the movie. You're never going to get something on one of these releases that's like, well, it was boy, the jungle was a hellhole, and so-and-so turned on so-and-so. Scarlett Johansson wouldn't come out of her trailer for 5 days. You're never going to get that on one of these releases. But it's nice that they included some bonus features, because honestly, we don't always get that. 28 years later, a movie I have not seen, and I guess now I can. This is the Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure this has a 4K as well, but I did not get that from Sony. But nevertheless, this is the third in the. I mean, is it done? Will Danny Boyle come back and do another one of these in 10 or 15 years? It's you know, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later. We got days to years special feature capturing the chaos, the survivors becoming the infected and behind the cameras. Again, haven't seen those. Sounds like promotional stuff, like EPK stuff that's hiding, pretending to be weightier, meatier special features. If I'm unfair about that, I'm sorry. And somebody will watch these special features and let me know. So I need to check this out. But I mean, honestly, I did not see this in the theater because my horror tastes lean a little bit more classic. And I've said this before. I said this in a recent video. With everything going on in the world right now, I want an escape from intensity and an escape from, like, you know, fear and anxiety. I'm looking for things that make me, like, science fiction for me. If I watch Crawl, you know, that's more, you know, imaginative, hopeful. That's a different thing. I'm looking to escape from here, not to feel even worse. I don't want survivalism. That's not entertainment for me anymore. So if you've seen 28 years later, this is your chance to comment below and let me know. And more importantly, let other people who are watching this video but haven't seen the movie either, what you think about it. If you know, with 2 other movies in this series, how do we feel about it? You know, sequels all these years later. I'm pretty cynical about sequels that come so many years after. Like Mel Brooks is making a Spaceballs 2. I don't want to see Spaceballs 2. It might be hilarious. I don't want to see those actors 40 years later or however many years it is. I don't want that. I want to remember Spaceballs as this one thing. Same with Ghostbusters. Same, like, don't make more Back to the Future movies. I like what we've already got. You know what I mean? But I recognize I'm in the minority and these things make money. So again, 28 years later might be amazing. I'll have to check it out at some point and see what I think. Whenever I can muster up the courage to do so. From Warner Archive, see, this is my speed. We have Get Carter on 4K from Warner Archive. This is amazing. I love what Warner Archive is doing with these 4Ks, because was it last month we got High Society, and now what a drastically different 4K release. But I mean, this is one of the greatest crime movies ever made. If there's somebody out there that only knows Get Carter, well, did they remake it with Stallone? If you only know the story from Stallone, you got to check this out. I got the novel around here somewhere too. More and more, I'm chasing down the source material for some of these classic movies to see how they compare between versions. I gotta take my glasses off for all this fine print because there's a ton. You see all these special features here? It's Warner Archive, man, doing the opposite of what new releases do. Vintage audio commentary with Michael Caine, Mike Hodges, and cinematographer Wolfgang Szyczynski. 2022 introduction by Michael Caine. 2022 audio commentary by Kim Newman and Barry Forshaw. Mike Hodges in conversation, which runs 60 minutes, 1 hour with Mike Hodges. Where did I leave off? In which the director discusses his career in an interview with BFI South Bank. The Sound of Roy Budd, that's 17 minutes. That's from 2022. That's about the film music expert Johnny Trunk explores the varied career of Roy Budd and revisits Budd's iconic minimalist score for Get Carter. Don't Trust Boys, 2022, runs 22 minutes. Actor Petra Markham reflects upon her career on stage and screen and recalls her role in Get Carter. Klinger on Klinger, 24 minutes. Tony Klinger recalls and evaluates the career of his father. Michael Klinger, producer of Get Carter. We have the original theatrical trailer, the re-released BFI theatrical trailer. Holy cow. Look. This is, I get excited about this kind of stuff because, like, you see him like Silverado, and then I'm like Krull, right? And then I'm like, Jurassic World in 28 days, Get Carter. You see the enthusiasm level peak, like the meters just jump way up because this is my bread and butter right here. We don't have, Warner Archive doesn't really do like reversible art wraps or anything like that. They just kind of give you the most competent version of the thing. They're not like, well, you're not going to get a steelbook. You're not going to get reversible art wraps. No booklets. How about we just give you a really cool disc? We'll give you 2 discs. So this is the 4K and the Blu-ray with, for everybody that wants it, with that piece of cardboard. Also, I think I'm just going to leave my glasses off for now. This is huge, man, both physically and metaphor. Oh, I just noticed it's been dinged. It got dinged. Probably probably in the mail or in the warehouse. Anyway, Huckleberry. Sorry, I just saw it and I'm like, oh, it hurt my heart a little bit because I was like, it's dinged. From Warner Archive, Huckleberry Hound, the complete series. This is amazing, man, because we are seeing all of these Hanna-Barbera greats. They start even the things that aren't necessarily great. Like some of the deeper cuts. What are some of the shows like the Inhuman, the Herculoids, and then it's Ruby Spears, right? We got Thundar the Barbarian, deep cuts. Like, are we gonna get Jabberjaw on Blu-ray? Oh my, could we get Jabberjaw on Blu-ray? Fingers crossed. But this is a classic because I guess it has a wider appeal because it's like a comedy sort of a show. But it went for 4 seasons, and they're all here. They're all in HD, and there's a lot of special features. It's probably all carried over from previous releases. I've got Huckleberry Hound around here somewhere on DVD. But Huckleberry Hound quotes, the remix music video celebrating memorable Hound quotes. Huckleberry Hound, a linguistic masterpiece. Hound speak is humorously interpreted by linguistics professors. A linguistic professor. The legendary sound of Dawes Butler, an affectionate remembrance of the brilliant voice artist who lent his talents to voice Huck and Yogi, among many other beloved characters. So here's the fronts of the box. Here's the side. Here's the back. I like this. I like the color of this too. It's like a berry. Berry. Huckleberry. Probably not a coincidence. Here's season 1, which has all of these. They have slightly different art. The supporting character changes for each season, and then here's season 4, 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. And here's how it all breaks down. I'll be exporting this video in 4K, so you should be able to read some of that finer print. 6 shows per disc. I mean, look, this is very reasonable. It's very reasonable. Do we have, let's see, 1, 2, is this all the same? Yeah, so this art's all the same too. On each disc. I'm probably spending too much time on this, but here's seasons 2 and 3. Season 2 is on 2 discs. Yeah, and season 3 is on 2 discs. So season 2 has Yogi on both of the discs, and there's season what was it, season 3? Yeah. And then last but not least, here's our season 4. How many is this? 6 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 episodes per Blu-ray. All right, cool. Are all the special features on the last disc? Yeah, they are. Interesting. I just think it's great, and I hope. I don't think I even need to hope. Like we're gonna get more. They seem to be going through the whole Hanna-Barbera library. I'm excited about it. This is from. Hold on, let me get the Hotel Rwanda. Is this a media book? This is a media book, right? It's got the booklet. It's got the hard. It's like a hardback book, and it's got the pages of text. I always get media books and digibooks confused. And you're gonna say, "Oh, that's a book," and I'm not gonna remember ever, because in my mind, I will never be able to keep it straight. I just know myself. Cape Light. This is from Cape Light. This has been distributed. It's distributed in the United States. So this, you don't need to. The last time I talked about one of these, somebody's like, "Well, what region is it?" Well, this is a U.S. release. So as far as I know, there's not even any region coding on region code A. Region code A. This is the new Hotel Rwanda. Is it Blu-ray? And let's see, there's a Blu-ray and a DVD. Blu-ray and DVD. No digital. And you've got the book information here. What special feature? A Message for Peace, Making Hotel Rwanda documentary, Return to Rwanda documentary, selected scenes with commentary by Don Cheadle, audio commentary by Terry George, and a real-life subject of the film Paul Rusesabagina, with selected commentary by musician Wyclef Jean, and trailer and 24-page booklet. So this, for the Hotel Rwanda fans out there, Don Cheadle, Sophia Okonedo. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nick Nolte and Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, Arrow. You know what? I'm going to change the order on this. We have the, what is this movie called? Hellbender. I will be saving this until Halloween time, till October, late October. It looks like this was a Shudder movie first. What year? 2021. Okay, so probably a lot of people have seen this. I am, because of what I just said, I'm much less well-versed in modern horror, especially horror that has streaming roots. So not only have I not seen this, I've never even heard of this. It's the 6th feature from acclaimed filmmakers, The Addams Family, not with 2 Ds. They did The Deeper You Dig. Hellbender's a spellbinding folk horror and coming-of-age story boiling over with adolescent rage and wicked witchcraft. This is the Blu-ray edition that has a brand new audio commentary with the filmmakers. We've got a brand new video essay by filmmaker Jen Handorf. We've got Black Magic Tricks, a featurette on the visual effects by VFX artist Trey Lindsay. Behind-the-scenes compilation footage. Okay. Because this is 4K, you can probably read all that yourself, right? If you want to pause that, the pause that refreshes and informs. Here's the interior art wrap on this. It is reversible. The other side of this art, anything that had reversible art, I've already reversed it for expediency of making this video. This does have a tease for The Oily Maniac, which I saw that a long time ago and forgot that it existed until just now. We do have a book, or a booklet. Here's the table of contents. And do I want to... I'm not going to go page by page, but I'll show a few pages. That's the disc, by the way. So if you've seen this, let me know what you think about it. More My Speed. Lost in Space. Oh, you know what? One more too I'll throw in here. This is also from Arrow. Creepshow 2. I'm like, what in the world? Both of these are 4Ks. Why not Creepshow 1? What happened to Creepshow 1 on 4K? Has it already come out? And it just went under my radar. Let's talk about Lost in Space first. This is the movie from, was it 98? 1998, that's right. The young, hot version of Lost in Space at the time with, let's see, Gary Oldman, William Hurt, Matt LeBlanc, Mimi Rogers, Heather Graham, Lacey Chabert. and Jack Johnson, Jared Harris. I mean, this was such an interesting product. I saw this in theaters and I liked it. I think I will like it more now than I did then, because this is such, I mean, this is almost 30 years ago. Can you believe that? I mean, some of the young people are like, what? But if you're my age or older, almost 1998, you know, this was that 27 years ago? That's crazy. I do remember liking it. I haven't revisited it. It was one of the early DVD titles when DVD players were first starting to proliferate out into the masses. And I mean, Blade was an early DVD release. The Matrix was an early one. This was an early one too. In fact, it may have even been a deal with, like, Warner Brothers would do a thing where if you bought a DVD player, you could mail away for, I think it was 5 free movies. And I think Lost in Space was one of them. So there are probably a million copies of this movie on DVD out in the world. But this is a 4K and it's got a lot of stuff here. So first of all, here, I love this art. This artwork makes me very happy. I might actually put this poster up somewhere. This is the original artwork, the poster artwork. 4K restoration done by Arrow from the original camera negative. Approved by the director, Stephen Hopkins. Dolby Vision HDR10, subtitles, all that stuff. Archival audio commentary with director Stephen Hopkins and screenwriter Akiva Goldsman. Archive audio commentary with visual effects supervisors Angus Bickerton and Lauren Ritchie. Director photographer Peter Levy. Editor, okay. A Space Odyssey, newly filmed interview with Stephen Hopkins. Lights in the Sky, newly filmed interview with director of photography Peter Levy. Levy. A Journey Through Time, a newly filmed interview with producer and screenwriter Akiva Goldsman. Art in Space, or Art of Space, newly filmed interview with the supervising art director Keith Payne. Crafting Reality, a newly filmed interview with Kenny Wilson, former mold shop supervisor at Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Ooh. Sound of Space. By the way, have you seen the news that Seth Rogen is spearheading a revival of the Muppet Show that will put the Muppets back in the theater? Not the movie theater, back in the, like, live performing theater, like Muppets vaudeville style. For me, that's the only way the Muppets work. I like the movies. I love the Muppet movie when I was a kid, but the Muppets are inseparable from vaudeville. They're very construction. Fozzie Bear doesn't work outside of vaudeville. Gonzo doesn't work outside. I mean, he's like, well, Muppets from Space. I mean, that's a fun movie, but this, I'm excited about it. And it's Jim Henson. Jim Henson Creature Shop is what made me think about that. Sound of Space, newly filmed interview with the sound mixer Simon Kay, re-recording mixer Robin O'Donoghue. Okay, a new video essay by Matt Donato, deleted scenes, Q&A, bloopers, reversible art sleeves, articles from American cinematographer, and an excerpt from the original production notes. Holy cow! I mean, what? That is insane. That is so many features. The opposite of what we get from a studio release now. You see what I'm talking about? Oh man, look at the robot. The robot. Look at the robot. Danger, Will Robinson. By the way, have any of you guys that are my age or older gone back to try to revisit the original Lost in Space? It's a tough go. It's a tougher go than I remember it being at the time. Ooh, is this 4K? Is this a tease for a 4K? I bet it is. I mean, am I going to add where's... Oh, you can't see it. Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer on the top shelf up there. Red Sonja, slide right next to it. Oh my goodness. Here's our table of contents here. This is good. Very good. Okay, I'm going to speed up here. Creepshow 2. Where's Creepshow 1? But I say this. I am one of those weird people. See, this is retro horror enough for me that it doesn't bother me at all to watch stuff like this. I prefer Creepshow 2 to Creepshow 1. I don't really think Creepshow 1 works. How many stories is that? Is it 3 stories? I don't think the Stephen King story really works. I don't think that the one with Ted Danson really works. Is it, you know, like roaches and stuff? This with the cigar store Indian and the raft. Old Chief Woodenhead, I love that one. The Raft, I love that one. And then The Hitchhiker, that's a good one too. So I think this is better. That's going to make some people mad, and I'm sorry, but you know, it's just my opinion. You still have Creepshow 1 if you prefer it, but I don't know if you have it on 4K. And if you do you have it from Arrow? Brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative, Dolby Vision, HDR10, soundtracks, subtitle, audio commentary with director Michael Gornick. Poncho's Last Ride, an interview with actor Daniel Beer. The Road to Dover, an interview with actor Tom Wright. Screenplay for a sequel, interview with screenwriter George A. Romero. Tales of the Creep, an interview with actor and makeup artist Tom Savini. Holy cow. Nightmares in Foam Rubber, an archival featurette on the special effects of Creepshow 2, including interviews with Howard Berger and Greg Nicotero. My friend Rick, Howard Berger on the special effects mentor Rick Baker. Behind the scenes footage, image gallery, TV trailers, all that stuff. Creepshow 2 Pinfall, a limited edition booklet featuring the comic adaptation of the unfilmed Creepshow 2 segment Pinfall with artist John Mayo. Nope, Jason Mayo. Illustrated collector booklet, writings. Ooh, there it is. I'm going to go through this because, oh my goodness. And of course, this is just straight up EC Comics homage is what this is. Is this whole thing the comic? Oh, look at the ads back here. Nice. Ooh, it smells good too. Okay. Oh, look at that. I do own Creepshow 3 on DVD. And I think I might have actually sold that one. Because if you've seen Creepshow 3, nothing to do with Creepshow 1 or 2. It's a mess. It's a terrible movie. In fact, I think it was just the direct-to-DVD cash-in, like A Christmas Story 2 and all these weird sequels that they've continued to do, like Home Alone 7 that you don't even know exists. What are we teasing? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. And here is the booklet. Oh, man. This makes me very happy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Contents, let's see. Dead Time Stories by Michael Blythe. Oh, yeah. Makes me happy. If it makes you... Oh, hold up. I just realized this J card. We got to see what's under the... Let me make sure. Oh, okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. Like, guys! Oh, okay. Also from Arrow, Proof of the Man. So this is the guy, what is this actor's name? Movie mogul Haruki Kadokawa changed the landscape of Japanese cinema for good when he introduced the concept of the blockbuster to the country with this gripping crime drama featuring an all-star cast. When mixed-race Johnny Hayward, Flower Travel and band vocalist Joe Yamanaka, heads home... Okay. I like this actor, and he plays a good anti-hero, so I'm interested. I have not watched any of this stuff yet. This is a 1977 movie, the idea of the Japanese blockbuster, because we think of Japanese movies as being like this one specific thing. I'm really curious to check this out, and this is one of those movies for grown-ups. You know what I mean? Like, it's not one of the... I was going to start making comparisons, and somebody's going to get upset if I do that. So a lot of these genre movies are not geared towards mature adults. They're geared toward teenagers and kids, you know? And, I mean, even Creepshow, like, this is for kids. That's when you were reading EC Comics, when you weren't supposed to be reading that stuff. That's when you were watching Tales from the Crypt. When you were a kid, when you were 11 or 12 years old, or maybe younger, and then maybe it messed you up. But, so these movies, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be very complex and mature and wrestling with good and bad. Okay. This is a Blu-ray. We have optional newly translated English subtitles, brand new audio commentary with Asian American film scholar Rob Busher and DJ Scheme Richards. Taking the Big Apple, a brand new video essay by Asian film scholar Earl Jackson. A Japanese blockbuster, brand new film discussion with critics and Junya Seto biographers Tatsuya Masuto and Masaki Nomura. Original theatrical trailers, image gallery, reversible sleeve. Oh, nice. Illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing by film critic Michelle Keisner and scholar Alexander Zalton. I'm friends with Michelle Keisner on Facebook, and she's a very huge movie fan. But you can't always take for granted from people that contribute to some of these releases. Here's the alternate artwork for this. What are we promoting here? Oh, the birthday. Look at that. I am all for a scholarly analysis of a movie. That is not a bad word to me. All right, let me pack all this up, and we are going to Korea for The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, a movie. I think I've got this on Blu-ray, but this is the 4K. So this is the reversible. Put that right there. This is the O card, I guess we call it. 2K 4-disc HD limited edition contents, reversible sleeve. Okay, 4K approved, 4K master approved by Kim Ji-woon. Dolby Vision HDR10, subtitles, translations, audio commentary by film critic James Marsh and film critic producer Peter Conran. Archival audio commentary of the international cut by director Kim Ji-woon and actors Song Kang-ho, Lee. Okay. Archival audio commentary of the Korean version by director Kim Ji-woon, cinematographer. Okay, this is the list of names here. Disc 2 is Coralling Chaos in the Desert, an interview with director Kim Ji-woon. Dusty Dust-Ups and Sweaty Saddles, an interview with martial arts coordinator Jung Do-hong. Archival making of film featurettes, trailers, galleries. Okay, so this movie, if you've never seen it, and it's been a long time since I've seen it, is an homage to spaghetti westerns through the Eastern lens. So look, and you could say the spaghetti westerns come from the Eastern lens anyway, with Kurosawa and Seven Samurai. A lot of the formula for a lot of classic westerns, spaghetti westerns, is that the stranger wanders into town, and he wanders into a conflict, and he may pick a side. He usually does not pick a side. Is sort of a mercenary sort of figure, and that directly translates to the sort of the Ronin, the lone wolf and cub kind of a thing. And so it's interesting to see how that then feeds back into Korean cinema with sort of a stew of all of it with the martial arts element. All right. Here's our poster. Oh, it's a sideways, and then here's this. Man, I gotta speed up. This is gonna be a long video. I didn't think I had that much to say. Here's our booklet. This is what's included. I think a lot of you probably have seen this movie. Director's statement, production notes, interviews. What is this? The education of Kim Ji-woon. All right, that's cool. And then the movie itself, 4K. Got the feature presentations on disc 1. So is disc 1, but it's both cuts, right? Didn't we say that? And disc 2 is the bonus. Okay. Nothing but bonus features here, and that's going to be a Blu-ray, right? Yep. So here, we have cards. All right. And what's the tease? Oh my gosh, what? I didn't know this was coming from Arrow ever. This is my favorite version of King Arthur. Oh my lord. Oh, this video is over. Because, no, I mean, it's not, but I mean, Excalibur is amazing, right? That is quite a tease. And I did not know that that was being developed for, boy, I hope it's a 4K. Probably, surely it's a 4K, right? With Warner Brothers releasing all of these movies to 4K. I've been involved with the Arrow release of some of these. I will reference once again Poseidon, which has a retrospective for me, and there's more where that came from. I don't think the others. Oh, Red Planet has been announced. I did do a retrospective with producer J.R. Bookwalter, who edited me and made me look like I knew exactly what I was talking about. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but he made me look really good. Red Planet, the movie with Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore and Terrence Stamp, who just passed away. Anyway, I'm involved with that, and there's more too, so stay tuned. From Radiance, The Betrayal. Let's see. 1966, a film by Takuzo Tanaka. This is the worldwide Blu-ray premiere. We have selected scene commentary with Tom Mez, visual essay by Philip Kemp, visual essay on Takuzo Tanaka by Tom Mez, limited edition booklet featuring new writing by Elaine Silver, limited to 3,000 copies. Oh, look at that. There's been a lot of these samurai movies hitting disc in the last couple of years. I might be a little more inclined toward these than some of the martial arts movies, having seen so many of those movies in such a short span of time and realizing how little variation there is on the classic martial arts formula. Somebody, I don't want to call anybody out, but somebody was commenting somewhere and they said, I think it was on Facebook, that the Shawscope box sets are great, but a lot of those movies are so similar. And you realize when you watch a lot of them in a short span of time, how many are like defending the temple, avenging the fallen master. You could say the same thing about spaghetti westerns, but at least the spaghetti westerns were often directed by different people. And Chang Che directed, I think, 87% of the martial arts movies that were made at that time. I'm exaggerating slightly, but there's so much similarity between all of those movies. The only thing that really changes sometimes is the stars, and even then, sometimes they don't change either. This is intriguing to me. This is the Blu-ray release of the Buster Keaton Show. I do not remember Buster Keaton having a TV show. This comes from Liberation Hall. By the late 1940s, it seemed Buster Keaton's career had ended. With the exception of increasingly rare day work, he barely worked in almost 5 years, other than a 4-week part in famous Paris, in a famous Paris-based circuit in 1947. Prior to that, by 1949, comedian Ed Wynn had a variety show on the relatively new broadcast format of television. By the way, television actually goes back to the 30s. There's the Gene Autry movie from 1935. I think it might actually be later than that, but talking about the new format of television. But it's not till the late 40s, it's really the 1950s. By the mid 50s, everybody has a TV. So, quote, "So it was one of the thrills of my life when I got a chance in December of 1949 to do my own weekly TV show on KHJ, the Los Angeles Times broadcasting station. By then, I'd almost given up hope of getting another real chance as an actor," says Buster Keaton. There were 2 series produced of the Buster Keaton Show. The first series was recorded on Kinescope, which is where you basically aim the camera at a screen and record what's happening. So it's amazing we still have some of these things. And provided the unseen pristine episodes from February 2nd and 23rd, 1950, both of which are viewed here for the first time since their original air date in over 75 years. The other 7 episodes originated from the second series, which were produced on film. The series originally received high ratings on the West Coast, but the lack of a studio audience in response to its laughter, because canned laughter didn't exist, to Keaton's brilliant physical humor doomed the series. These episodes, so it's not everything, it's not the entire series because that's lost. In fact, I've got a video hitting this channel very soon with author Michael Monaghan, one of the people behind American Scary, looking at TV horror hosts. The video's in that recording is in the can already, but capturing the interviews with these people. Vampira, Zachary, all that, the original Svengoolie, like so much of the stuff that they were doing was basically live, and maybe it was live to tape, or maybe there's a kinescope that exists, but most of what they did is just completely gone, and it's never going to be found. Maybe it'll be found, but it's amazing that some of the stuff still survives in some form. So these are the 7, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's 9 episodes from the series, ranging from 1949 to 1950. 3 bonus extras, 3 comedians in close-up, CBC TV, This Is Your Life television episodes, Circus Time from 1957, and then extra bonus shorts in SD, Cops from 1922. So these are Buster Keaton shorts. Cops from 1922 and The Goat from 1921. So, oh no, we got a floater disc and it's on the floor. All right. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Anime time. This is Metal Skin Panic Maddox 01. This got a review on Blu-ray in 2023. I want to say it was January of 2023, and I reviewed it at that time. There's a review for this at cerealatmidnight.com right now. This is a reissue. The original, I want to say the original had 3 audio commentaries. This one has 2 audio commentaries from director Shinji Aramaki. Weapons of Madoc's Vintage Featurette, interviews, art galleries, and then 2 English dubs. One of these is new. I think the only new addition here for the entire thing is that there's the US English dub and a UK English dub. So they've added the UK dub. I really enjoy this. This is a 1987 OVA. It was I believe it was a direct-to-video animation, original video animation in the 80s that runs only 42 minutes. And I dig it, man. It's not that I don't like anime. I'm the generation that discovered anime through Robotech and Voltron and Battle of the Planets, things like that. Speed Racer, I guess. Speed Racer wasn't really still on TV when I was a kid, but the other shows were. And of course, then Transformers is coming from Japan, and G.I. Joe is being animated in Japan. A lot of this stuff, like, I'm the first anime generation. Then we get Akira, and then we get like Vampire Hunter D. That's anime to me. And I realize that now anime is like, well, have you seen this series that's 1,400 episodes long? And it's like Dragon Ball Z is both the best and the worst of that thing because it looks great, right? But it's entire episodes of people just going like, 25 minutes later, 43 minutes, and it's the whole story. And so this is a product of my time. So if you want to see what I think about this, check out the review at cerealatmidnight.bsky.social. It is now on Blu-ray, and it has more than the first Blu-ray had. Whoa, from VCI. They have these Psychotronica collections. I have them all on DVD. I think there are 4 volumes on DVD, and now they're doing these Blu-rays where they've scanned these movies for HD. This is Psychotronica Collection 2. There are 4 of them. This is the only one I have on hand right now. I think this came out a month or 2 ago, and it flew under my radar. So the rest of them we'll talk about probably next month. But it's basically VCI scanning these for Blu-ray, and you do get the Blu-ray and the DVD here. They've got new 2025 audio commentary by Rob Kelly, noted film historian, podcaster, and artist. Archival audio commentary by director Jack Hill, and Elijah Drenner. Psychotronica poster and photo gallery, and then 2-side cover wrap. So the other side, let's see. This is by the way, this is Mondo Keyhole. And I know you're looking at it, but what is the, can I show that? Yeah, that's okay. So that's the alternate art. You know what? I like that more. I'm a flip it. All right, we're winding down here. I saved this close to the end because it's, this is mind-blowing. So I know these have all been individually used. This is the Alexander Patushko Fantastica box sets from, from Deaf Crocodile. Are they working with any... Yeah, I can't even pronounce the studio that these come from, so I guess I won't. Seagull Films. Anyway, it's a box set of these 4 movies on Blu-ray. I think they're all 4K restorations. And this is Russian cinema, and it's so totally out of my wheelhouse. But I know they've been coming out over really the last few years, and they've been collected into this gorgeous box set. I mean, look at this artwork. This is absolutely breathtaking as far as presentation. So I'll do... my pronunciation is probably going to be wildly off the mark, but Ilya Muromets is one of the films. This is from 1956, which if you think about what this looks like for 1956, I mean, that's amazing. In fact, let me hold it 4K so you can read all of this, right? Let me get the glare off of that as best as I can. There. Pause it. New 4K restoration from the original 35mm CinemaScope pictures. Elements by Mosfilm. Oh, is that how we say that? Mosfilm. New commentary tracks by comic artist and film historian Stephen R. Bissett. Remembering Russian film scholar Alan Upchurch by Dennis Bartok. Reprint of Russian film scholar Alan Upchurch's pioneering essay on Alexander Patushko from Video Watchdog. Look at this. It's stunning. And so here's our booklet. So again, I have not seen any of these movies, but when this box set was announced, I was so excited because I was like, well, this is the way to do this. And I guess for the people that bought them individually all along, this is when it sucks sometimes to be an early adopter of something or a supporter of something. Here's Sampo, new 4K restoration. Here, I'm not going to read all this stuff to you. Try to get the glare be gone. There we go. This is 1959 booklet. I mean, this art is just breathtaking. This looks like the same. Is this the same article? Anyway. This is incredible. Okay, two more here. It's The Tale of Sar Sultan from 1967. And then finally, from 1972, Ruslan and Ludmila. Probably not pronouncing it right, but I've tried. 1972, here. That's the way I should have done them all. Booklet. I think this might even be the first time we've ever talked about a Deaf Crocodile release here at Serial at Midnight. And what a debut for this channel. This is something. So it takes me a while to get to all of this stuff just because of the nature of what I do. I have a commentary as I'm recording this. As you're seeing this video, I have a commentary tomorrow. So that ends up taking quite a lot of my time. And I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful for that. Being involved with these releases and these features and these commentaries is a real joy for me, but it's incredibly time consuming. So there's not a lot of time for sitting around watching movies these days. I do want to talk briefly as we say goodbye here about some of the new arrivals from Alpha Video. A lot of you guys have seen my recent conversation with Brian Cray, who's he's running a lot of Alpha Video. He's doing the acquisitions. He's doing the production, overseeing the production of this stuff. Writes up the backs of these. There's a movie summary, recap here, and then production notes about the creation of the movie. And I have a lot of respect for him and what he's able to do, and a lot of you guys connect with him too. So I wanted to shout out his work. These are the things that I don't really talk about, the low budget horror stuff, because it doesn't speak to me. But I do want to talk about this stuff because old Hollywood and old studio pictures do speak to me. This is The Hole in the Wall. This is the only one that we're going to talk about that I've actually had a chance to see so far. But it's Edward G. Robinson. It's Claudette Colbert. It is 1929. It's not Silence, but it's 1929. And it is just so much fun. It's basically looking at the spiritualism racket as it was at the time. There's a lot of movies around that time that really focus on the gimmick of spiritualism, like, palm readings and communing with the dead and all that stuff. It's fun to think about, like, even in 1929, they knew it was a racket. And that's what this Claudette Colbert is wonderful. And this is the earliest I think I've ever seen anything with her in it. She's great. Okay, so Pointed Heels with William Powell and Fay Wray. This is a pre-co classic from 1929 again. So this is pre-Thin Man. Who else is it? Helen Kane, Fay Wray, Phillips Holmes, Richard Skeets Gallagher. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to go through all of these, but I want to hold them up and at least let you read the back of the box. We've got a silent Western with Jack Hoxsey, the White Outlaw from 1925. By the way, all these are available right now at oldies.com is the cheapest place. Most of these are like $6 and some cents. You can find them on Amazon, but they're harder to find on Amazon and they're not as cheap on Amazon. So I do recommend Oldies. Oh, that reminds me, when I cover Warner Archive, all these Warner Archive releases are available through MovieZing, ZYNG, which is the Warner Archive storefront. That's actually Allied Vaughn's storefront. Allied Vaughn is the company that presses these discs for them. That's their direct-to-consumer storefront. But also, there's a Warner Archive store on Amazon, so you can get them at both of those places. These pre-code double features, so Brian talked a little bit about this in the last video that we did, taking older alpha video releases and packaging them together so you're getting more bang for your buck. This has Manhattan Tower and Docks of San Francisco on it. From 1932. They're both from 1932. Yeah, Brian spends a lot of time curating the double features so that they're thematically appropriate to be together, that they're the same time frame to be together. Here's another one, pre-code double feature with Daring Daughters and Mother and Son. From I don't see the year on this one. Looking for the year, 1931 and 1933. And they're going to be thematically linked. Another one with Probation and Framed. Someone called Betty Grable. I'm just kidding. Of course I'm familiar with Betty Grable. Here's the back of that. Couple more. Morals for Women and Sister to Judas. Judas! I don't believe you. You're a liar. Play loud. Did I just quote Bob Dylan's Electric Judas interaction? Yes, I did. And one more Western. This is Silent Western Wild Beauty from 1927. And there's the story of that. So, get my finger out of the way. So much stuff for the month of September. And of course, this is not everything. This is just the stuff that I got my hands on. What are you excited about? What are you picking up? Let's talk about it in the comments below. There's an Amazon link in the description of this episode. That is where you can find, use that link if you want to support Serial at Midnight. You can also become a member of this channel to get early and ad-free videos. Videos like this have a lot of ads in them, right? You can bypass that for $5 a month. You can become a Patreon supporter and you get all that. You get an archive of exclusives. You get, it's hundreds of videos. I got collection tours there. I just put up a new members video a couple of days ago where I am pursuing a new comic book passion that's, it's about Marvel's new universe. So if you want to check it out, that's just for members. More and more members exclusive content. Of course, it will not only be members exclusive content here at Serial at Midnight, but that is there for the people that want more and want to support an independent creator. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Take care till next time. I will catch you. What was the want? I think that was me like, ma'am, saluting, also sweating. Ma'am, sir, y'all be careful now. I'll catch you later.